Aaron Tex Johnson. Gordon Ryan, the three-time Abu Dhabi world champion, and has submitted 6 of 8 opponents in ADCC. Started training at the age of 15.
If there is a guy at the top of the heap in the sub-grappling game, Gordon Ryan sits proudly on the top.
Tex sits right to guard.
Wisely, Tex sits down.
You know, Tex has the Bellator's fastest submission against
15
Brennan
seconds.
Ward. 15 seconds, correct, armbar. And you know, Tex's, most of his wins have come via straight ankle lock. And I mean, it's going to be a tall task to ankle lock the master of ankle locks. I mean, the master of jiu-jitsu, arguably the greatest jiu-jitsu guy of our generation when you look at stats and numbers.
Well, his first task out, he won his weight division. The second time, he won his weight division and the absolute.
I mean, how big of an upset would this be if Aaron Johnson gets another victory over Gordon Ryan?
It would be a huge upset.
Massive, right? I mean,
But
there's
that's
no...
not to say that that can't happen.
Oh, of course. You know, one little slip at this level, and you're opening a chasm of danger possibilities.
Well, Tex is a 3-time Pan Am champion.
Sure. Yeah, he's no slouch. I mean, he's a great jiu-jitsu black belt.
This is not an overwhelming mismatch by any stretch.
Gordon in half guard, keeping good pressure.
Gordon on the top, heavy pressure. His little brother Nicky, mat side, with one of Gordon's instructors, Gary Tonin. Tex looking to create some hip distance.
A third of Aaron Johnson's wins came by straight ankle lock. You look at a guy like Gordon Ryan, 4-time EBI champion, IBJJF Nogi world champion. Recently coming off of the Abu Dhabi on 10-6, has a win against arguably one of the other best ankle lock guys in the business, Paul Harris. 12-22, he just came off a win over UFC veteran Gabriel Gonzaga. I mean, if you talk about momentum, Gordon Ryan has it.
He's looking to get his instep on that thigh. He needs to walk his knees to the left to plant Tex's right knee on the mat so he can get that instep on. You need to be very flexible if you don't bring that knee to the ground first.
And you know, that's only been 2 minutes in. There's a minuscule amount of sweat, so that gives you more friction to set up submissions. You're not going to slide off of stuff as much, but it does make it harder for a guy like Gordon to pass that leg, using that left instep to try to pry open the legs of Tex.
But he needs to turn that knee down. Tex's knee is pointed a little to the left, so you see Gordon has a very, very loose attachment to it. And he lost it.
Tex is looking to use that left hand as a butterfly, but
now he's got
there
the
you
hook
go.
in. Now he turned the knee down. Now he just lost the knee again. Tex is going deeper. He's framing that hip, and he's trying to climb right above that knee. There you go. Now Gordon has the instep in.
You know, John Danaher says that the guys that he thinks advance the fastest in jiu-jitsu are the ones that use their legs to wrestle the quickest. And just like you see there, Gordon Ryan, beautiful pass.
A beautiful
right
heavy
in the
pressure pass, knee
Man.
across, and great leg work to a clean mount.
Talk about 12 minutes of having the world's best jiu-jitsu specialist on top of you. A dangerous position for Tex Johnson to be in.
Gordon in the top mount. Tex making a frame on the far hip.
Gordon Ryan being coached by his former jiu-jitsu instructor and good friend, teammate Gordon's buddy, Gary Tonin, who he fought in ADCC. Got your younger brother over there, Nicky Ryan, also giving him a little bit of instruction. Nicky Ryan telling him that if he bridges, telling Gordon to pass those elbows across, pin him down, look for the back.
Well, he's keeping his elbows tight.
Yeah, you know, that elbow line crosses mid-chest, and that's the route to the back. That's the GPS telling you destination choke. Oh, and that's the bad spot now. See how Tex put his left elbow in deep, and Ryan was trying to use his chest to compress it to get onto Tex's back.
He's still got his elbows.
They're going to move that back in the center. Jinx.
But Gordon on the top is definitely chasing the center line. He wants to move that elbow across Tex's center line. Put his chest behind it.
You know, whenever Gordon Ryan...
him to retract and circumnavigate to the back.
Whenever Gordon Ryan's in a match, it just looks like he's just chilling and hanging out. He looks so calm and composed.
Yep. Yep. Heavy pressure. pressure upper body. He's starting to walk that arm up. He's starting to walk that arm up. He's going to 2-on-1. Now he's going to look to cross the center line with his head. Attack a head and arm. He's got that. Now he's going to dismount. He's looking to choke. He's looking to choke.
Oh, that's a tight one.
And he explodes out of it.
Beautiful. Beautiful defense by Tex. Lots of time left here. Little over 10 minutes in our first round. Gordon Ryan.
A little over aggressive and hunting that head and arm. Lost a wonderful position.
The majority of Gordon Ryan's wins came from rear naked choke. Outside of that, the leg entanglements. Tex now in on a straight ankle, looking to straighten it out.
10 minutes left.
Gordon Ryan very, very, very well versed at both offensive and defensive leg positioning. You see him splitting the legs, stepping around, doing a great job of controlling.
He doesn't want this to go into overtime. Now he's right back to the mount. And Tex needs to nurse this to get into overtime. If I'm being honest, he's being out-grappled here.
Well, yeah, I mean
There's
Gordon
severe
has
positional dominance here. I'd say his best bet is to take it into overtime and win on a takedown.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that Gordon has spent a tremendous of time in dominant positions, mount, working for the takedowns, passing guard.
Tex is not trying to get out. He's trying to keep his arms safe.
Gordon now working the head and arm. He's going to take that right hand and start finger walking around just like that. Bam. Starting to lift the elbow. He wants to work the left elbow across the center line of Tex.
Spider walk the hand, pry the elbow up. Spider walk the hand, pry the elbow up.
That's a dangerous position for Tex to be in because he knows what he's doing, but it's very difficult to stop from this position.
Yep. He's spider walking. He's going to bring that elbow up, and his right hand's going to grab the head and go to the elbow. Now he's get his head in position. Hopefully he can lock this in tighter before he dismounts. And I'd like to see him start to apply pressure even before dismounting.
It looks like it's tight, but can he get it?
Pretty squeeze.
Oh, this is a lot of movement. That's in pretty tight. Tex fighting up. Gordon's going to transition to the back, and it's a good scramble. So close, yet so far.
That was close.
It was close. But, Tex did a great job of holding on. And you got to wonder, is it a moral victory for a guy like Tex if he goes 15 minutes and doesn't get submitted with a guy who tore through 6 of 8 opponents in Abu Dhabi? Obviously, Tex not looking for the moral victory, but in on the leg. We haven't seen a tremendous amount of guys really put Gordon Ryan in a position where he has that panic mode. He's always very methodical, very calm.
Gordon's ankle's caught, but he's out. He's out, and he's back to passing. And he cleared the leg line like that. Shin across the middle and windshield wiper to mount, almost undefended. I got to say, outside of Tex's leg attacks, the rest of the breadth of jiu-jitsu knowledge, Gordon seems to severely have the upper hand here. He could gift wrap from here. His right hand could go around, grab the wrist control, and he could force the back position from here. I don't know if he sees it. Nicky's on the other side, but Gordon's right hand could grab that wrist.
And Tex is doing a good job of defending. I mean, this is like, how do you get out of a pool filled with sharks and bloody water? You got to survive sometimes, and that's kind of where Tex is in survival mode. Halfway through, about 8 minutes in, about 7 minutes left.
7 minutes left.
Gordon
His
again.
Right hand could grab that wrist and attack a shoulder lock. Are we out of time now? Is that a fire bell going on?
Gordon staying in mount, super tight. The Danaher Death Squad's very, very big on making sure that when you replace a wedge with a wedge, you don't really want to ever go backwards in jiu-jitsu. Now Gordon looking to attack that far arm.
Heavy weight on it. Heavy weight on it. He's inside the arm. He's going to look to spider walk that again. But when he beats the center line this time, I'd like to see him go to a gift wrap and force the back. Somebody clearly hit an exit door that wasn't supposed to be hit.
They're just trying to tell us that this match is on fire.
He's inside the arm again, and he's dismounting.
Oh,
he's
that looks very close, very close.
Heavy pressure now.
Gordon's looking.
He's going to tap. That's it.
Tex taps.
Head and arm finish. He chased it, made it stick on the third time. That was tight. That was tight. And Gordon comes out with another victory. The king, Gordon Ryan, from the top of the pile, sings
Your
the
winner,
song once again.
Gordon the King Ryan.